Hey guys, we're Ellis and Johnson.
I'm Patrick.
And I'm Kyle. And we're here to take you around the world with us.
Through our high times,
Our low times.
our sassy times,
Our fun times.
and we can't wait to bring you all along.
And show you all of our mistakes that we make along the way.
There's a lot.
We make quite a few. So we have just got on our bus to Pai. So we have just got on our bus to Pai. We are ready for a mountainous, twisty turny journey.
Hello.
Oh, hi!
See you there.
See you there, hi. Welcome
Welcome
to Pai.
to Pai, Thailand.
So where is Pai?
Well, Pai is in the north, just like Chiang Mai.
It is northwest of Chiang Mai, and it's about a 3 to 4 hour, depending on your driver,
You could do it in two.
journey. You could do it in 2, definitely. It is a very, very treacherous journey.
It's not for the faint-hearted.
On the way there wasn't too bad, but on the way back, it definitely was bad. So from Chiang Mai, you can easily take a bus. There are loads of different companies. If you just go down to the Chiang Mai bus terminal, you can get on there and it's not very expensive at all.
You need to head to Chiang Mai Bus Terminal 2, which is called Mochit 2,
Mochit too.
where you'll catch a bus. It's a minivan bus, it's not like a big van because the roads are small, very twisty turny up and down the mountain.
It's a mountainous journey and you're going up, which is absolutely fine because they can't drive as fast as they like to when they're coming down.
You stop along the way. We stopped about 2 hours in a place all the buses stop at. There's a giant hulk there for you to have a look at, but be careful, it's full of wasps. But you can go to the toilet, you can grab drinks and refreshments before you crack on your way, and you get dropped off in Pai town.
Yes, right in the centre of Pai town. It's literally on Walking Street. Pai is a very, very small place.
Very small.
So when you get dropped off right in the centre of town, you're on the Walking Street and your hostel is most likely going to be within a 10-minute walk. Now, we stayed at the Up To You guest house, and right at the very end of this vlog, we're going to explore the guest house with you, show where we stayed. Basically, we definitely recommend staying where we were, but it was a little bit out of town, but it was very, very worth it. So stick to the end and we'll show you where we stayed.
So once we arrived in Pai, we checked into our hostel and we decided, we've been told by a lot of people that you can't do Pai without a bike. You can get tours, you can get buses, but they're difficult to catch and not that regular. So getting a bike is absolutely crucial.
The tours are extremely expensive, so if you find them on Viator, Get Your Guide, even Agoda, places like booking.com, they all have their own tour packages or things like that, but we definitely don't recommend it. You need to hire a bike. Of course, if you have a motorbike license, like we mentioned in our last vlog, Chiang Mai Part 3,
Try and stay legal.
Part 3, you really need to get a motorbike in Pai because everything is so sparse and spread out, and there's so many different attractions, so many waterfalls or hot springs or viewpoints and canyon that you will want to go out more than you'll want to pay for a tour.
But if you do, please stay safe, please drive slowly and wear a helmet.
Definitely wear a helmet. People drive fast in Pai because they're mostly foreigners.
We love you, Barrio.
So what did we do? We needed to rent a motorbike. Now you walk down Pai and there is a motorbike rental shop,
Smiley.
food, motorbike rental shop, tattoo.
Black Monkey.
So many places. We went to one particular place called
Black Monkey.
and they were selling them. It was quite good. It was right at the end of the walking street down to the right hand side.
Near the gym.
By the gym. There's an outdoor gym. I feel like it might be the only gym there in the walking street. So if you just Google that, you'll find its location. They were charging 500 baht a day, which is extortionate.
Was a very, very good bike. Very well maintained, powerful. Considering we only ever buy the one bike, why not? I want to be a passenger princess first of my
Little
life.
tip, You can, if you're with 2 people, why do 2 bikes? Just do one. Every single bike, even 125cc, can take 2 people and your luggage. I mean, the Thai people do it with like 3 kids and 5 bags and grandma sitting on the front. So why can't you do it with 2 people?
Fortunately, Pai is a very travelled area, and not just travelled, a lot of people stay in Pai for long periods of time. So they take the bikes for decent periods of time. So coming across the bikes, especially in the afternoon when we were there, is really difficult. We did have to stand outside the bike shop. For us, it was only 10 minutes. We only had to wait for 10 minutes, and another tourist came back to drop her bike off, and we said, we'll take that one.
We couldn't believe it. We were literally standing outside and we were like, we need to get a bike, and they said, you can come back or you can stay, up to you. You know, sometimes people just come in and out, you just got to wait for them. As soon as we said okay, so we took our bags up, and as soon as we did that, someone came in and she was like, you can have my bike. I was like,
thank you.
This is how they do it in Pai.
But unfortunately, due to the high demand, it is high prices. You can buy a lot more beaten up, less powerful, less nice bikes, if that's grammatically correct.
But in Pai, you definitely need it. There are a lot of mountainous roads. There are a lot of bad roads. Steep, they're windy, they're treacherous, they're deadly.
It rains, so then it's slippy.
Rains a lot. You will definitely need a good bike. So the 500 baht, actually for us, we thought in the end, we definitely needed that bike.
But we did meet friends who only paid 200. One tip we did have is that we stayed at the Up To You guest house. If you walk past that, out of town, there's a 7-Eleven, but there's also a bike rental shop full of bikes because no one knows it's there.
If you're really struggling finding a bike in Pai,
walk 20 minutes out of town.
And I promise you there will be one straight up there. The first thing that we did was we wanted to go to a waterfall. If you've been watching our channel or following us on Instagram for the last few years, you will see that we love waterfalls. So where did we go?
We went to Pambok Waterfall because we were like, we've just got this bike, let's go out and ride it. Kyle's been riding bikes for years. I am new to the scene, so I'm a passenger princess and did not ride it. But I was like, let's just go. So we typed in a waterfall, Pambok, went down there. It's about half an hour.
As soon as you get off the main road is very well paved and paved with a V. And it's very well paved, but as soon as you come off of it, it is pothole central. It's absolutely crazy. So it's like you've never seen before. You just have to get on with it. Lots of people driving on the wrong side of the road because they want to get around corners. Make sure you toot
as you turn a corner.
Every time. Tip number 3 today. Every time you go around a corner on a bike, please toot your horn, because people will be on your side of the road, because that extra meter or so, it puts them half a meter ahead. So they're gonna take the corner. So you must toot round the corner. So we got to Pembok Waterfall and we asked how much it is. Now the gentleman there stated that it was 200 baht per person for the waterfall. Now we were thinking this is quite expensive because there's a big billboard stating loads of attractions in Pai. So after doing a little bit of digging, we realized that it was 200 baht per person for a day to multiple attractions. That is key to know, but he didn't really want to tell us that. So he was very lovely and he said, right, we only have 300 baht, so we couldn't pay for the 200 each day. So he actually did say to us, well, you can give me 300 now and I can let you in. But what we did was we went home, we came back and we paid 200 baht per person for the day, and we saw all these attractions.
Pembok Waterfall is an absolutely stunning. You walk around the side, across the bridge and down into the waterfall, and it is a cove of beauty.
It's just, it goes so far out. You walk up this sort of staircase along the mountain, then you go over a bridge and a boardwalk, and then you get down there, and maybe there was 2 other people or 3 other people at the time we got there, and then when we left there were also 3 or 4 people, so max 5 or 6 people are sharing this tiny little lagoon pool with this one waterfall, and it must be maybe 20 meters high. Beautiful, just really set in the jungle. You'd have no idea. If you're walking up on the canyon, you just fall straight down. It's the quietest waterfall, and it's just like a trickling beauty.
Took some nice shots there, spent a bit of time there. We didn't do a great deal of swimming.
It was also very cold.
Carl doesn't do cold.
I'm not a cold water swimmer.
If you've seen our Croatia vlog, I jumped and swam and cliff dived and Carl tickled his feet.
I cool myself down with my feet and I enjoy the sun. There's nothing wrong with that. You don't enjoy the sun. I don't enjoy cold water, okay?
So despite the fact we hiked all the way through the mountains in Iceland to go visit a hot spring that wasn't quite hot, you still opted for, despite the fact I've done this walk, I'm still not getting in.
Forget about signs and rules. Oh, the pavement and the long, long roads. Yeah, and you're always in such a rush. With your life playing from the stereo. Oh, you get it but all alone. And you're always staring at your phone. You need another great relief. We all need a turn and leave. Oh baby, this time will be gone forever. Never in a lifetime will you see us back here again. So come before it's too late. Hurry now cause I can't wait. Let's put on our anthem. We'll be singing all night long. All night long. Fishes in the stream, and down the boulevard of broken dreams. So we'll make a little change and pay.
The next attraction that we did was
Pai Canyon.
Pai Canyon. So many people, when you talk about Pai, or say like going to Pai, or you research Pai, or you listen to a podcast about Pai, or you watch anything to do with Pai, they talk about Pai Canyon.
We literally were told, friends back home, people we've met, even the people who run places are like, make sure you go to Pai Canyon.
Yeah, and it was amazing. And to be honest, we can see why.
Absolutely.
Pai Canyon was incredible. You do not think you're going to see a canyon in North Thailand.
No.
It is such a tropical region, dense jungle region. Why would there be this arid desert canyon?
Gorgeousness.
It's completely free. You park up on the right hand side, you will see 100 other motorbikes there, especially at sunset. We arrived actually a little bit before sunset and it was perfect to go. Make sure you go about an hour, maybe an hour and a half, maybe even 2 hours if you're really keen, or just sort of want to chill out. Maybe you can read a book or listen to a podcast or something.
Or like normal people do, have some beers.
You can, oh yes, cool people have beers and drink. I'm not a beer drinker, so I'm like a passion fruit martini.
Passion fruit smoothie.
Oh, smoothie. Oh, they do lovely milk and honey.
Don't have the passion fruit smoothie, it's full of bits.
Yeah, well it is because it's passion fruit.
Yeah, but like I just wasn't prepared for that.
Uncultured.
Swine.
Oh, you said swine, I didn't say so. After Pai Canyon, we have stopped to get some shakes. What shake have you got?
Passion fruit shake.
Passion fruit. And I have milk honey, which tastes like rice pudding. And I love it. It's from this store here, right outside. As you park up, there's a little ped, the black one. It cost us, Patrick's one cost 40 baht and mine cost 60 baht. So altogether, it was 100 baht. Very, very cheap, perfect, and it just keeps you going. One way to save some money.
Depends how adventurous you feel. This was the first time we did Pai Canyon and it wasn't quite sunset the time we went. We do actually go later on and we do take the adventurous path.
Just wait for this plane to go over. There's a plane probably 3 times a day and it happens to be right now. We're currently in Borneo at the moment as we're filming this and we're in the middle of the jungle. Pai Canyon was absolutely amazing. It's completely free and you walk straight up past this beautiful sort of desert landscape and then you get to Pai Canyon. There are no boundaries or barriers, so if you're somebody who falls over quite a bit or is a little bit clumsy,
don't go!
please don't go to Pai Canyon because you will fall and die and we don't want that for anybody. So
especially because you might not like our next video.
Please be very, very careful when you're at Pai Canyon. You can easily slip, but it is beautiful. You can walk out to so many different ridges. It's sort of like a tree, just branches out into hundreds of places. So even if you're there with 10 other people, you do not see anybody when you're there.
Branching out.
Honestly, taking the mic off me and we're vlogging. because the sunset wasn't the best, we decided that we'll come back to Pai Canyon, and we definitely wanted to explore it more. I think there were more places that we wanted to go. We definitely recommend doing that, and it's free, so why not come back another time?
Absolutely.
What we wanted to do for sunset was go out of the valley a little bit, and we researched this hot spring that was, again, free because we're cheap.
Cheapos.
So we decided that we would go to a place called, we think it's called Moang Pai. Please, can someone tell us what this name is?
If you want to like record yourself saying it and send it to us on Instagram, it's at Ellison Johnson on Instagram.
Won't be weird. Please video record. Well, not video record, that's a bit weird. Audio record yourself saying how to say this, because we have no idea how to say it. We have Googled it and it just doesn't exist. Even the hot spring doesn't exist on Google Maps or Apple Maps.
Type in Moang Pai, you'll get Moang Pai Giza Hot Spring. So, which is,
Taken up.
So, jungle. Type that in, you'll go there, which we did, and we met these two, an Australian and a lovely British girl, at the hot spring at the geyser. It is literally a geyser about this big, and it just bubbles, and there's no hot spring to get in. So
it's very confusing, but I think it's lovely. It's on the side of the road. Actually, the 100 degrees Celsius hot spring just floods on into the road, so I'm not sure how the tyres like that, or when you're driving over with your moped, you will get splashed by boiling water, so just be careful and a little bit cautious.
So we were like, this surely can't be it, but we did a little bit more Googling, and it was only an extra 10 minutes down the road from the geyser. You get to Moang Pai, and you literally drive up, park at the top. There's a little hut, and you think, are you gonna make me pay? No, he's just there selling eggs if you want them.
There are two ways to get there. One way is on the left-hand side of the river, the other way is on the right-hand side of the river, from Pai's direction to the hot spring. Stay on the right-hand side, because the left side is completely treacherous, and you will feel like, I'm in the middle of nowhere, what if I break down? If you break down,
I can die.
Bear Grylls survival, mate.
Eat the
So must take the right-hand side.
So you've got these rivers, beautiful hot water that run that you can kind of like sit or lay in, and then you can see they've got the main geyser with boiling, bubbling water. Please do not go there. There's big signs, boiling water, do not go, hazardous. And then in the centre is a big tub. It's like a man-made tub, and the water just flows into it. How do you feel?
Oh, like a kid.
It's so warm, but it's
Many
like
pools.
so natural, because it's also really like,
It is boiling hot. I mean,
I can't sit in it for very long.
you know, it does actually give you a headache because of how hot it is, but it's so real. And I mean, it does smell of sulfate or fart, but
Living
it's
with
natural.
Kyle, I'm used to it.
So rude. You have IBS. Now everybody knows.
You already told them when we were
No
in
pain.
Ljubljana.
Anyway, so we're sitting in this pool that is scented by Patrick, and it is beautiful. You have the valley all the way around you. You have the jungle just on the doorstep, and you're sitting, it's completely free. Free of charge.
All you cheapskates out there like us, you'll love it.
You'll love it. And it's actually where the locals go. So after we went to Moang Pai, we then went back to the hostel, and we spoke to the hostel lady, and we said, oh my gosh, we went to this amazing hot spring. She said, oh, is it this one? Is it this one? Is it this one? We said, no, it's none of them. It's this one. She said, oh, we never tell anyone about that. I said, oh, what do you mean? She said, as locals, it's like a given thing that you don't tell tourists where this hot spring is, because it is so beautiful. It's in the middle of nowhere, and we definitely recommend, if you just want to take yourself away from tourists, promise you there won't be any.
It was absolutely stunning. After our amazing experience at the waterfall, it was time to get some food because I was hungry. What did I say?
Waterfall.
So after our amazing time at the hot spring, we did our drive back and it was like, I'm now hungry, so let's get some food. So where else do you go but the walking street?
So the walking street is completely, you cannot miss it. It is Pai.
It is Pai.
Literally, if you miss it, I'm sorry, but
You're doing something wrong.
come on, mate. When you go down the walking street, there is a plethora of places. We're not even going to recommend particular places.
Although lasagna was good.
Yeah, the lasagna. There's this one lady selling lasagna. She's got like a little stall, and to get Italian street food in Thailand was like, oh my gosh, it's a gold bomb. And there are so many different types of lasagnas. She does microwave them, but she has home cooked them. So she's just reheating them, and then you just walk around the walking street watching all the British people in the pubs drinking beer as you're having lasagna. In Thailand, there's no real way to explain the experience, but there are so many places. And then we decided to do something that's very stereotypical of travelers. We got some tattoos. Bamboo tattoos are extremely traditional in Thailand and actually Asia. So it was the original form of creating tattoos and expressing body art. So we decided that for the history and the culture, we will get traditional bamboo tattoo. So what did we get?
I got this protection tattoo on my arm. You can get the 5-lined ones, which I absolutely love, but I had recently seen people with them and I was like, I'm gonna get something different. And this one is spell protection, which goes with my Harry Potter obsession.
So there is a traditional tattoo called the sakyang, and normally it is blessed by a Buddhist monk. Now, not being part of that religion, we didn't feel like it was right that we get a tattoo blessed.
And also, it comes with a lot of guidelines.
There's rules and restrictions, and there are rules and restrictions to the particular sakyang that is sort of embodied in the tattoo, and it gives you good luck and fortune and happiness for the rest of your life. However, if you do break the rules or you sort of are misguided when you have the tattoo, it can sort of have negative effects or connotations. So we decided that
I wasn't going to get it.
he didn't want to get cursed.
One of them was like not spitting in the toilet, which I thought to myself, I don't really find myself spitting in the toilet very often, but then I weirdly found myself in a situation
Option taken away
where I was cleaning my teeth and I was like, oh, I can't spit in the sink, and I spat in the toilet and I instantly thought to myself, God, I didn't get blessed.
I got bamboo.
Bamboo, bamboo, bamboo.
There is an abundance of bamboo in northern Thailand. Felt like it really encapsulated where we were and our first experience of being in Asia. Now, the benefits of bamboo tattoos are
A bamboo is so, because it's just
punctures the skin.
2 needles in a piece of bamboo that are just, it just punctures into the skin and comes straight out again. There is no blood when you get the tattoo. So if like you think, oh, I can't get a tattoo because I don't like the sight of blood, get a bamboo tattoo. If you think, oh, but I can't wait so long for it to heal, get a bamboo tattoo. It heals 10 times quicker.
Immediately.
Like 4 days and you're kind of like done.
You can go swimming after an hour of getting a bamboo tattoo.
We wouldn't recommend
We
it.
wouldn't recommend it.
Give it a few days at least.
Google did disagree with that, but that's what the tattoo artist said, and we haven't had any issues. The colour does fade a little bit quicker, so if you do get colour, the black does hold its mark, but again, it does fade a little bit quicker than the normal tattoos. But it's an experience that we recommend everybody gets.
We're not telling you have to get a tattoo.
No,
We're telling you should.
we're just recommending it. After we got our tattoos, we were thinking, let's explore the walking street.
We just had a little look around. We did find ourselves down this super fun alley to a club that we did not go to. But we did a nice bit of exploring. We saw places that did look nice to go. It's just not our scene, I'd say.
And then we found my best friend.
Kyle made a best friend.
So as everybody knows on this channel and on our Instagram and on our TikTok, that I absolutely love pudding. I can't live without it. I'm a sugar addict. It's a clinical condition, but I absolutely love sugar. So there was this guy making crepes and he was the cutest, oldest guy ever. He doesn't talk, complete mute. He doesn't really listen either. You just sort of point to something and he'll just make it for you. But he's not stingy or tight with the Nutella.
Or the banana.
Gosh. And he was just like lapping it on, just like more Nutella, more Nutella, more Nutella. And I was thinking, okay, I can live here.
You're gonna be my best
I can do
friend.
this. So I got the Nutella with banana
And what chocolate?
pancake with white chocolate, and oh my,
He went back every single night.
for 5 nights straight. And now every single person that we talked to about Pai, or who was going to Pai, who has been to Pai, I talk about this one guy.
He wears a bright green hat. You really can't miss him. With
This is the
a
guy.
long grey chin.
Yeah, he was absolutely amazing. And We just loved him.
We did.
So please go and see this guy. There was this one girl who, she was like so rude. She was talking to this guy and she was like, oh, can I have this? And then he said, well, yes, you can. But he was trying to say, but it's 10.
It's basically more money.
Yeah.
She's like, can I have this? He made it and she said, I asked for that. And
Yeah.
it was like, did what she asked, but she just paid for the original thing that she actually asked for and walked off. And he was 10 baht short.
It was 10 baht short and I couldn't sleep. I couldn't think about it.
So she left. It's then Carl's turn. Carl decided he was going to give the man the 10 baht that she didn't give him.
I had to. I can't let injustice go. And he was so sad.
It didn't quite come across
He
as
had
that's
no
what he
idea
was
why.
doing. He was just like,
He's like, thanks for giving me a tip of 10 baht. And I was like, it doesn't matter. The main thing is that you're not now out of pocket. And I do think he thought, okay, well, this might pay for that girl. But she just walked off and he was like, excuse me, but
might as well have flipped in the bed.
yeah. And she just walked off and I thought, I won't be able to sleep ever until that guy is compensated.
Don't be mean.
Yeah. So please just give them some time. There's no rush. You're in Pai. You're in Thailand.
It's smooth, it's flow.
Just chill out, dude. We stayed at the Up To You guest house, and this was actually a recommendation from a friend that we had met a week earlier. When we were in Chiang Mai, we had somewhere booked called Twin Huts, and we thought they looked lovely, it was a good price, and we're thinking, right, roughly all the prices are sort of the same when you're backpacking, unless you get somewhere dead cheap, and then you think, oh, hang on, is that just well traveled, or is it actually really bad? And this particular couple, who we ended up being friends with, suggested that we go to the Up To You guest house, although she did get dengue fever from there, so we didn't just like dive straight into it, but they did say, and they shared a photo that they took, and they said it was absolutely amazing. There are hammocks there, and it's a hostel, but it feels like a guest house, not a hostel.
It was perfect. It's a tree house, riverside, peace of haven.
And it's got this massive hobbit hole door, which just made it for me. The whole thing is hand carved and made out of wood, the entire thing, so God forbid there's ever a fire. But it was the most amazing place. It's set outside of Pai, the main sort of walking area, but 15 minutes or even a 3-minute scooter journey just down the road, and it's right there. It is on the river. There are loads of places to sort of chill out. They can do yoga in the morning as well. It's sort of volunteer run, so this particular gentleman was staying there and he was offering donation-based yoga every single morning. There are personal huts as well, so you can get it if you're a couple or if you're two friends who just want your own space. There are dorm rooms. There are good dorm rooms and sort of cheaper option dorm rooms.
Most of the dorm room we stayed in, open. It's an open to the world. There's not windows, there's just slats. So they do provide the mozzie nets, and I do suggest you sleep underneath them, but felt like I was Peter Pan, one of the Lost Boys. It was
It does.
so lovely.
I don't want to say that because it would come across weird.
And then the showers, it's a concrete room shower, and they've got these slabs on the floor, and it's again open, so maybe don't shower at
You
night
can
time.
like look out at the jungle whilst you're showering.
It was just absolutely lovely.
It was amazing. It was so tranquil, serene, and just, it was beautiful. The Up To You guest house was lovely. The staff were also very lovely.
Very lovely.
There are plenty of places to park your bike. No places for cars, so don't bring cars.
Right.
But-
And there's so many places to relax. They've got this high decking area, which has got 3 hammocks, like a bench made out of the shell of a tree with a load of cushions. They've got cushions on the floor, tables.
Places you can perch right on the edge.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Places for workers as well. Like,
yeah.
I have to talk about the Wi-Fi. Was like 200 to 300 megabytes per second upload, 400 to 500 download.
It was good Wi-Fi, and we
Good Wi-Fi?
have missed such good Wi-Fi. We've come to some places on our trip where we've had 0.1.
You can't even load up.
Oh crikey, he means Google search. The hostel itself provides a morning breakfast. It's not fabulous. You are provided toast with jam and butter, some fruits, and tea and coffee.
Yeah.
But it's enough to get you started for your day.
Yeah, and what we did actually was we found that we bought some local jam anyway because it was real, it was made, and we like supporting local. So we had some local jam, we had some local honey, we had
Peanut
some
butter.
Nutella, peanut butter. So they provided bread, so we used that, and they also had 3 different fruits every day. They had papaya, pineapple, and watermelons. So that was
Bananas.
really, and bananas. They were
Chewy,
weird.
Chewy bananas.
The bananas in Thailand, you can get 2 different types.
Short, small ones like Kyle's that you peel, but they taste like cookie dough, or the really long one,
Unlike Patrick.
like me, that are like the normal English bananas, like just nice, beautifully fresh. But be careful because
you
the
bite into
chewy
it.
ones are like mushable, like Play-Doh. I think we're talking about too much of this weird banana.
Yeah, but it made a big impact on
I
us.
did. We literally were like, would like a banana. Can I see your bananas first?
You can't ask people. Can you see that?
See your banana.
Honestly, maybe that's where we're going wrong.
People
Please
don't know.
friends with us.
Hello, Harry Potter.
Patrick!
Just so weird. We're just telling all.
There's an orangutan!
Oh my god. Oh my god. Can you just press through? So bloody rude. We're in the middle of filming, but.
That's Daryl.
Oh, Daryl.
Oh, you have the tattoo. Hey, buddy.
Baby boy. So the hill is so steep. We are now walking our bike down. Kyle's pretty much naked. We're here. We made it.